Water is just this ubiquitous force that flows through our life in so many different ways. And if you don't have that to build on, I think that you don't have hope. Having access to water is the foundation of life. It's the foundation of economies. Right now, nearly 1 billion people don't have access to that opportunity. About 2.5 billion don't have access to a toilet and the dignity that brings. It's a drain in terms of time. It's a drain in terms of school days lost for kids who aren't in school because they're collecting water. It's a drain in terms of health and just human life. I mean, a child's dying, every 20 seconds because they don't have access to something as basic as safe water. Your life should be about trying to find the intersection between the world's greatest need and your greatest passion. And to me, when I found water and sanitation, and I had this passion for engineering, it seemed to be a good fit. The biggest misconception that we have, particularly NGOs that are based in the US, about water and sanitation in the developing world, is that the market, the people who don't have access to these services, is monolithic, and that it has to be a charity-led model. So we assume oftentimes that all the poor are equally poor, and they all need us to basically just raise a lot of money so that we can buy their water services for them. I believe there's literally hundreds of millions of people right now that lack these services, that if you can help them get access to finance in an affordable way, they could pay for their own water and sanitation solutions. What we did at Water.org is create something called Water Credit. And we thought that this could work because traveling around the world in the slums of India, in Kenya, other places, I would meet people, particularly women, who were paying 125% interest to loan sharks so that they could build a toilet at their home, because they would have to oftentimes in urban areas wait until the cover of night to go out to the riverbank or the railroad tracks to defecate. They were at risk of being raped or being bitten by snakes. People didn't want their daughters have to face this. What we did was create basically the on-ramp for microfinance institutions to start focusing on water and sanitation. And now we're up to more than 600,000 people who have gotten access to water or sanitation through loans instead of using straight charity and having to subsidize those. And it's more than 85% women who borrow, and they're paying these back at a rate above 98%. Because water is this unique good that historically governments are supposed to be providing, either through a completely public sector utility or through a private utility that the government regulates, that the biggest part is just kind of that inertia that you see in government and utilities, and trying to overcome that and to get that mindset shifted on their part too, because a lot of the utilities just ignore the slums, right? They don't see them as viable customers. So helping them to discover the poor as a market is a really daunting challenge, and we're working on that.